We're learning now more about Doug Hughes, the man arrested after landing a gyroscope at the Capitol yesterday. That new information coming from one of the people who knows invests. Mike Shanahan is the president of the reform group whose mission Hughes was carrying out. I-Team investigator Josie Sturman, I should say, is here now to say with what he has to say about the pilot's stunt. Josie.
Well, Shanahan knew about Doug Hughes' plan here for more than a year before he actually ended up in cuffs. He says he tried to talk him out of it over and over again. And once the two men were interviewed by the Secret Service last year, he thought this whole thing was dropped until he got a phone call yesterday morning. And that call came from Hughes himself. It was a stunner, he said. It let Shanahan know that he was in D.C. and was planning to live stream an event and wanted him to go and look on a website. That turned out to be the flight Hughes had been practicing for months, learning how to pilot that gyrocopter that eventually landed on the Capitol lawn. Shanahan says it was a plot that came out of a brainstorming session to drum up support for the two and their cause, campaign finance reform. But Shanahan grew up in the D.C. area and had long warned his friend that he risked death and potentially prison if he took that flight into restricted airspace. But Hughes could not be swayed, and Shanahan was surprised as anyone when he saw his friend end up making national news.
He knew he could die. He knew he could be arrested, and he also knew that he could go to jail. But he was willing to do that. His stunt was dangerous and probably a little stupid, but it was also extremely brave, and it was patriotic. He is not a terrorist by any means.
Shanahan says Hughes' original plan was to land in the reflecting pool. That way he wouldn't be, posing any risk to anyone else. That's obviously not what happened. He ended up on the Capitol lawn. Shanahan says he's just thankful his friend is alive. He actually thanks the Secret Service and other law enforcement involved in this whole situation. We'll explain why coming up on ABC 7 News at 6. Josie Sturman, ABC 7 News.